As it stands, Ludi is likely dead the next move. Giga Drain doesn't do that much. Ice Beam. Ice Beam does a little bit more. We need a freeze here or we lose.
Pause. The situation here is clear. I have one final Pokemon and so does champion Wallace. I need a freeze to win this game or Gyarados here is going to hyper beam my poor Ludicolo's face. But Nuzlocks don't just end up like this. There's not a single game in the Nuzlocking world that hasn't been proven to be possible without even a single death. From ROM hacks to Gen 5 challenge mode, there's almost always a deathless escape route. And of course, monolocks are their own separate beasts. But even considering that, how did 5 Pokemon drop after entering the Elite Four? How did things get so tight? It all started in Little Root Town. I had a choice of starters, and obviously I chose my favorite one. I had a gecko growing up, and I really connected with this grass starter choice. We took our gecko on a journey, scooping up an adamant Lotad along the way that seemed excited to join us on our mission to becoming the Pokemon champion. I mean, look at the little guy. Off to meet Dad and Wally and make our way through Petalburg Woods, where we encountered the next of our 9 total encounters for this run, Shroomish. Shroomish was a hasty nature, which meant it was fast. I'm not sure how much value that holds considering its most important move was Mach Punch, but we'll absolutely take it. Once in Rustboro, it was time to take on the gym leader of the big city, Trico 8. It was very uneventful. It's a rock gym. These are grass types. Albeit, early game grass moves are awful. From Absorb to Bullet Seed, there's really no getting around the terrible base power of these powerless moves. Team Aqua, probably the easier to deal with of the evil team tandem here, was meddling with the Stone Corporation's super secret stuff. In an effort to save the helpless rich people from a mild inconvenience, I chased down the wannabe pirate and stole back the goods. In exchange, I got this phone. On to Dewford, we stopped into the cave to have a word with Steven Stone before departing to Slateport. Did you know that it's a common speedrunning strategy here to ignore Brawly for as long as possible because the gym can just be that hard? We couldn't delay Brawly until after Watson here for level cap reasons, but I still find the strategy interesting. We did, however, delay Brawly until after reaching Slateport. This is because just beyond Slateport lied our next encounter, Oddish. Oddish was a beast, packing a unique typing in this game in Grass Poison and providing us with a solid fighting counter for the next gym. And that's exactly what it did. With resistances to every single move that Brawly had, Oddish was able to clean sweep the entire fight. Bullet Seed was far too much for the hard-hitting team. Machop, Meditite, Makuhita, good night. We then traveled back to the port city because we had a museum to clear out. Also very easy, though May definitely gave us a scare on the route to Mauville. Okay, we'll go here. Ooh, he's in Blaze. He is in Blaze currently. Okay, so I think that Tom eats one. Yep. Quick attack and kill. Thank you. Yep, that was scary. Okay, all right. Are you or a loved one suffering from Nuzlocke failure? One of the leading causes of Nuzlocke failure is hastily made decisions. This was my cue to wake the heck up. The grass lock was about to get dicey. I mean, not against Wally, whose Ralts deteriorated on its own after we brushed up against it, but let's talk. Shroomish is a level 23 evolution. This is great for us against Watson, whose Magneton threatens to defensively wall our entire roster. Rock Smash is available, though a physical 20 base power fighting move probably isn't gonna cut it against a Magneton that can 3-shot our whole roster with Sonic Boom. And who even learns it? Grovyle? Yikes. Breloom's fighting typing and stab Mach Punch would be invaluable here. But also, there's a catch. If you scroll all the way to the bottom of Breloom's learn set, you'll see the move Spore. This is one of the strongest in the entire game, guaranteeing the opponent falls asleep with a 100% accurate move. The caveat? It's only learnable at level 53, and Breloom doesn't learn it at all. So do I delay here? Suck up the non-optimal Magneton fight and find another way? Or do you forego Spore, a move that would only be available for the Elite Four, and punish Watson the easy way? All I'm saying is maybe this is the path that led us to Ludi's position in a 1v1 for it all. We evolved Breloom. It was too good to pass up, and with this evolution, Breloom was able to set up multiple bulk ups on Electrike before Mach punching Watson's entire team to death. It was electric, poetic, and telling of Breloom's value, but you still had to wonder if I made the right choice. North of here, we carved our way to Falarbor and then to the route outside Meteor Falls. There, we encountered a shiny Nuzleaf that was a leaf stone away from great use. Also, we used that Nuzleaf to thief off a Sunstone from a Soul Rock so we could evolve our Gloom accordingly. Blossom, welcome aboard. So yeah, magma shenanigans in the hideout and then on top of the mountain. Maxi wasn't super difficult as the big scary camel in the pocket only had Ember to threaten us. The team of 5 set to take on Flannery. Another huge benefit of taking Breloom early, I now had a very clear path to victory against the fire type leader. All I had to do was clear the first overheat on the opening Numel with Lombre to drop Numel's special attack, and pivot to Breloom to start setting up double teams and then bulk ups. At max attack with Headbutt, Breloom could one-shot everything except for Torkoal. Flinch. We got the 1 in 16 crit! And that it did. I remember feeling crazy hopeful at this point. I mean, one of the scariest roadblocks in all of this run had been conquered without any deaths. To top it off, Norman was more of the same. After 2 bulk ups, Mach Punch cleared Spinda, Vigoroth, Lanoon, and took 2 hits to finish Slaking. That was such an easy one. Something I skipped over in my quest to keep congruent ideas together, we got 2 new encounters in the desert, including Cacnea and our fossil, which technically counts as our Rustboro encounter, Laleep. Cacturn could evolve now, Laleep could not. It is what it is. Also, Trapias. Bland story stuff, traveling east and clearing the Weather Institute. May wasn't super hard as the teenage chunky chicken only packed Peck to do super effective damage to our squad, and Pelipper was far from a threat. We also officially had the Leaf Stone, which meant Shiftry was in its final form. Before taking on Winona, who serves as the official designated hardest grass type monolock counter to the entire run, I wanted to make sure we had all the TMs I could ever ask for. Ice Beam on Lombre was nice from the game corner, but I wanted to see Blizzard as well. Blizzard was a low accuracy Hail Mary bailout move, but I felt like it might be nice for Lombre to have both. May was there with Combuskin again in Lily Cove, which, whatever. Okay, back to Winona. I was nervous. The thing is, Lombre didn't do enough damage to Altaria to knock it out with 1 Blizzard. And yes, Lombre could survive even a boosted Aerial Ace, but the win condition was literally to swap Lombre in on Dragon Dance, fake out, and pray that Blizzard hits or lose the entire run. Put bluntly, this fight was super scuffed. Getting into the fight, however, I changed my plan on the fly. Lombre cleared Swablu with Ice Beam, which was fine. Pelipper then rolled out, which is when things started to turn. Lombre fired off a growl before Aerial Ace crit left our homie at 12 HP. We pivoted through Laleep and into Cacturn, who had the perfect counters to a Pelipper with bad AI. The learn set Protect, Leech Seed, Feint Attack, and Growth on Cacturn gave us a fighting chance. The way the strategy worked, Leech Seed allowed us to gain a little extra HP at the end of every turn. Moreover, this bird was constantly wasting turns with its own protects while we set up. It was the perfect plan, praying for Aerial Ace to never crit and Supersonic to never punish us. Once it completely boosted special attack, Cacturn went to work, defeating each and every Pokemon with Feint Attack one-shots. Alright, except for Skarmory, who used its one opportunity to attack to use Sand Attack, but was that really worth mentioning? Yada 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 story stuff. We cleared Mount Pyre and also the Magma Hideout, beating Maxi's team with Cradilly on Golbat and Lombre on Camerupt and Mightyena. Boom, Slateport, and now Lily Cove, and now the Aqua Hideout. That was trash, and Archie got away. Arg, or whatever. Over in Moss Deep, we took our talents to South Beach. Okay, not a great reference considering how far north this part of the map is. Tate and Liza was way too easy. Shiftry and Cacturn were far too deadly, entirely immune to half of the twins' rosters. Double targeting Claydol and then Solrock allowed this fight to be one of the easiest ones I've ever had here. Lunatone and Xatu could only attack with Psychic. I almost feel bad, but what was I supposed to do? Moss Deep Space Center was interesting though, as Sceptile and Cradilly went to town on the Magma duo. All that remained was the deep dark depths of the final Aqua Chambers. Honestly, I was gonna break down Aqua Hideout into pieces, but Archie was actually super duper free, and the world is now on fire. Nice going, gang. Way to make this happen. Archie and Maxi, SMH. I should probably note that dive access meant that we could now get the Water Stone from the abandoned ship, so Ludicolo joined the squad. Sutopolis, where Wallace tells us to save the world. Spear Pillar, Giant Green Sky Lizard, Sutopolis again, and now the story is over. Thank everything. As much as I love the story of Pokemon Emerald, it was really inconveniencing my challenge run. With no trainers on our way to Juan's gym, it was time to attempt our 8th gym badge. I opened with Shiftry, who I had taught Solar Beam and Sunny Day to, which were available in the Safari Zone and Scorched Slab, respectively. After a couple growths, Shiftry was primed to clock even Kingdra in one hit. Playing through Confusion was a bit tough, though Shiftry snapped out and set up a Sunny Day in the same turn, allowing Shiftry to outspeed with its Chlorophyll ability and sweep with a ×2 Solar Beam. Love Disc. Celio, Kingdra, and Crawdont. Who would have thought the water gym would be this easy for a grass monolock? We swam over to Victory Road to find Wally, who wasted a few more minutes of our time with his underleveled friends. Hilariously, Ludicolo ice beamed and surfed almost every single Pokemon on the baby trainer squad. Shiftry finished Gardevoir and the battle was won. Through Victory Road, I really just asked Ludicolo to do all of the work. There were a handful of mandatory trainers that Ice Beam and Stab Surf just overwhelmed. We were at the Elite Four gates. I needed to decide on a team, or better yet, decide on who we weren't bringing. I know earlier in the video I suggested there were 9 encounters. There were only 8, which means 2 must sit in the box while we continue our journey through the final 5 trainers. No deaths, all options in the world, a perfect run thus far. What else could we ask for? I first passed on Blossom. Sure, respectable for Sleep Powder Cheese. I didn't see it contributing anything special to the roster that would help wall any specific Pokemon. The second choice was Trapias. Though packing a ground immunity, Grass resisted the typing anyways. Moreover, I didn't think the bulky Bananamon had as big a niche as the rest of the options. Ludicolo had Ice Beam, which we were counting on for Drake. Sceptile was fast, which would help clean up all over. Breloom had crazy powerful stab priority moves in Mach Punch, as well as a heavy speed stat due to its hasty nature. Shiftry had a beautiful Sunny Beam strat that would threaten anything. Cradilly was a unique rock typing and defensive bulk that could help with so much. And finally, Cacturn had that cool Winona save earlier, and it felt disrespectful to exclude Cac Poppy from our wealth of assets. Quick, one last time. We know how this ends, sort of. But these 6 Pokemon are strong. What could have brought them to this point? Funny enough, Sydney was deathless. Breloom was just an absolute nightmare for the man, who only managed to fire off an attack with Mightyena as we bulked up to make up for the tragedy that was the opening Intimidate. 6 Pokemon down instantly. And Phoebe? Well, I'm sure things go some sort of wrong here, right? Well, not exactly. Dusclops always opens with Protect, barring the extremely rare situation where it sees a Shadow Punch kill immediately. This gave us the opportunity to fire off 1 growth with Cac Poppy. What did that mean for the rest of the fight? An absolute demolition derby demonstration by Cac. The Scarecrow Succulent delivered 5 back-to-back-to-back knockouts. A hard sweep. 3 trainers remained, and this upcoming trainer was the only in the whole Elite Four which boasted a type advantageous against our grassy friends. Glacia was terrifying. Of course, I came packing a plan. It was simple. 2 growths, Sunny Day, Solar Beam the entire roster of Ice Foes. 1 growth, 2 growths, and crit. Pause. What's the play? Shiftry never survives the next Ice Ball. I mean, it's 90% accurate, but it does double the damage it did this time, and the crit just left our Sunny Beamer at far less than 50 HP. Better yet, every single one of our Pokemon are too weak to kill this thing in 1 hit, and too frail to survive 2 Ice Ball hits. I came up with 3 plays. First, sack Shiftry. Send Breloom into Revenge Kill. What am I using this thing for after this anyways? It doesn't help with Drake, and we have 5 grass types for Wallace. We're fine. Second, hard pivot Breloom. Sure, the whole run ends if we get crit, but that's only 1 out of every 16 times. If we land the 85% accurate Sky Uppercut 5 times in a row, everything's fine. Third, pivot to Ludicolo, who comfortably eats a stage 2 Ice Ball. Fake out to stop it, and pivot to Breloom from there, praying Breloom doesn't inevitably get paralyzed by Body Slam when walking in, because if it does, the run ends. Breloom would Sky Uppercut Celio, and Walrein before finally missing on Glalie. Unfortunately, because Glalie was able to fire off an Icy Wind, Breloom was now too slow to finish the job. After pivoting to Ludicolo and getting frozen, we were forced to walk a Pokemon in on Ice Beam. Breloom was too important to lose, and Cradilly was nice for Drake. We chose to let go of Cacturn in hopes Sceptile's speed would be invaluable against Wallace. Breloom swapped back into Mach Punch, then Sky Uppercut. The battle was over, and things were looking less surefire than before. Against Drake, the plan was always to abuse Ice Beam on Ludicolo on our way to victory. Setting up Rain Dance on Shelgon, Ludi's Swift Swim allowed it to outspeed and one-shot both Shelgon and Altaria. Kingdra came out prepared to start smoke screening and dragon dancing.
Okay, I think we pivot. Like, I just accept the fact that this cannot beat this, even in the rain. This will probably come down to a Breloom or a Cradilly sack. Probably a Cradilly sack. I'll go here. That sucks. I'm gonna go Confuse Ray, and I'm gonna start Ancient Powering. Okay, see how much this does. Oh, this is in rain too. Yeah, ow. If Cradilly dies, it's fine. Insert yourself in Confusion, please. I'm begging you. Thank you so much. What a gift. Into Omni? Into Omni, please. Okay, no Omni. Insert yourself in Confusion again. Okay, didn't get it. That's fine. Citrus Berry should allow us to eat another one. That did 60 damage. I stay in. Okay, that's a bummer. Okay. Thank you. Even if we get Omni, we pivot here. No, I think we stay in. We have to stay in.
Pause. Again, what to do? It's a 50-50 shot. Surf or body slam here. But Sceptile's rocking Dragon Claw, which is certain to deal significant damage to the bulky water monster. Do I pivot now? Should I have pivoted earlier? Is there a guaranteed path to victory here? With Cradillia at 10 HP and Kingdra at near full health, I opted to let the plant go, allowing Sceptile to step in and finish the job. 2 Dragon Claws cleared Kingdra, and the ensuing Flygon came out. Ludicolo switched in on Flygon to set up Rain and Ice Beam. Flygon fell, as did Salamence, and the champion awaited us. Admittedly, this wasn't my proudest Elite Four. That one critical hit on Glacia had put us in such a tough bind for this final fight. Because of it, we were down both Shiftry and Cacturn. Cradilly was always planned to fall to Drake, but it felt even more brutal to see it fall with so little left. With 3 Pokemon and championship aspirations, the team of grass allies entered the final dance floor. Ludicolo, Breloom, Sceptile. Make us proud.
All right, first things first, Giga Drain. Only having 5 of these sucks. I believe I just couldn't pass up on these. I get it. It's all good. All right, where does it go? Rain Dance. Thank you. All right, can we get the kill, please? Actually, I think I Ice Beam. Can I get a freeze? Freeze? No freeze. Bummer. Oh, don't put me into heal. Don't put him into heal range. Okay, let me kill. Let me get the knockout, please. Okay, that's 1. Wailord is down. Wailord is down. We might get all our health back. This thing is just HP. That's all it is. Okay. All right. Should be exactly the plan. Perfect. Okay. We lose here if this crits. I need to get off chip damage with Bean. So this is a lose condition. Please, Toxic. Yes. Oh, but it missed. Oh, that's so good. Okay. All right. So we got him for free. We can go Strength 1 turn, and then we can Hyper Beam. If this does over half, we can actually just kill like this. Okay. Oh, and Toxic again? Do I get greedy or no? I'm going to Strength again. If I can keep Breloom alive, that gives my angle on... Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Bean's fighting tooth and nail, but I gotta let him go. Good night, buddy. It is what it is. This was always the plan. Good night, friend. Okay. I think I go Ludi, and I think I just Giga Drain 3 times. Because if there's any Pokemon that can sweep right now, it's Sceptile. I'm going here. All right, Giga Drain, let's do it. Come on. Please be a 3-hit KO. Exactly a 3-hit KO. This thing has Citrus Berry. It's actually fine. Show me the citrus. That's okay. I don't know if we'll be able to do it, guys. I mean, I could try and bait a freeze. Seems to be my best play. Waterfall, I don't think has flinch chance in this, does it? Anybody know? Freeze. Show me the freeze. I'm gonna take a Christmas miracle. Freeze. We got it. Okay, please stay frozen. Stay frozen. Stay frozen. Okay. Ludicolo! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Okay. The run is not dead. Oh. Oh, man. Dude, that's crazy, man. We still got some work to do. Okay, all right. We got a Gyarados with Dragon Dance. I'm still thinking about it. I'm worried about it. It's got Hyper Beam. It's got some moves that are really gonna make me worry. So I'm not sold. I'm just saying we have a chance. Okay, all right. Oh my gosh. Give me the Whisk Cash first. Please. Please. I don't have to save Giga Drain anymore. I can just use it on Gyarados. It's the last mon. Okay. All right. Oh boy. Crit. Little crit action. Little baby crit action. No, okay. I think there's a lose condition here. As it stands, Ludi is likely dead the next move. Giga Drain doesn't do that much. Ice Beam. Ice Beam does a little bit more. Yep. Yep. I think we lose. I get Hyper Beams next turn in this game. If it Dragon Dances, we absolutely lose. Unless we can get a freeze. They win EQ. I get Hyper Beams and it wins. How many forward stores does he have? Like so many. We need a freeze here or we lose. Crit. GG's, boys. It was a fun run. Very close. It was a fun run.